Alright YouTube, we're back and just had a quick test and I see that my music is way too loud. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. I do like a little bit of music behind the game, so hopefully that's going to work out better. I also probably need to boost my microphone gain somewhat, but as you can probably tell, a little bit new to this. So as a result, hopefully you'll bear with me while you and I both explore the world of Thaumcraft. So last time we were looking at this flower and I explained that because it is made up of items that we have not yet discovered, it's not going to allow us to identify it. Likewise with things like leaves and wood. So these here, if I try and scan these oak leaves, we'll get the same deal. Likewise with the oak wood. It just doesn't work. So in the meantime, what we should try and find, remember that dark node we were looking at earlier? Let's see what we can see about that dark node. And in the meantime, it's always a good idea to keep it open because what do we see here? A little glowing dot. And you can see this glowing dot actually through other items. You see it through that block. I'm not sure of the actual distance, but once you spot one, you start getting better and better at identifying these. When you get close enough, it'll change to aura node. You right click and scan it. And this one is a normal node, which is made up of three aspects: air, aqua, and ordo. So this is a really good node for us to find. So I'm going to get my wand here, and I'm going to start charging. If I hold down my shift key, it tells me the amount I've got stored. What I absolutely don't want to do is drain this one completely out. So I don't want to drain any more really than 35. Okay, that'll do for now. I think that not very much has been taken out, but you'll see now we're down to 26 ordo, 33 aqua, and 30. Is that 25 air? So that was a nice little find. Let's flag this one as well on Ray's map. Eventually it gets a little bit overwhelmed with all the different nodes that you find. However, having these primal nodes marked is great for later because we will need to frequently recharge our wands until we found the technology to make things easier. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and hide that so it's not cluttering up my map while I'm scanning. But that was a lucky find. There's a torch up there I put there. Hello, Mr. Cow. Alright, roses. Roses are red, but they also are not scannable at this point. But yeah, keeping your thermometer out at first is kind of like trying to guide your way through a mirror. This was me covering up a creeper explosion earlier. Again, not seeing a whole bunch of nodes there, but let's move a little closer to that dark node. Some of these totems can actually end up signifying some really bad news. And but in this one, you see there's a little node that you can just about see. Even though it says obsidian tile, this node here actually takes precedence. Now, were I to destroy this top tile, it would actually release all of the energy in this. Generally, that's bad. But let's go ahead and scan this. Alright, I do not have all of the required knowledge at this time, which means that it's not a pure primal node. Probably has something else included. Typically some of the bad stuff. I would imagine given it's a dark node, it's almost certainly something like death, mortis, and those various type of unpleasant aspects of magic which can cause us to have additional problems. Alright, so let's look for some more nodes here. Because if we bring up our Thaumonomicon and we go to our aspects of magic here, it'll tell us the amount we've currently researched of each one. And we will need this to start our actual research of the fun stuff. So, and you can see that dark node has a little patch of darkness behind it. So be very wary when you see those on your map. That is, if you use rays. And why wouldn't you? Let's face it. So, getting out the old thermometer here, thermometer, the T-meter. We're going to call it the T-meter. Now let's take a look and see if we can see any additional nodes out here. Hey, Mr. Chicken. Yeah, I know for a fact that the chickens and cows have quite a complicated makeup as far as aspects of magic go, so they will not be readily scannable at this point. Hey, look, we got some more. Some more sugarcane, which, as we've already established, we're going to need a lot of. Alright. Running out of chicken there. Alright, and there we have one right there. Initially, kind of hard to spot. Impossible if you're not looking through it, but, well, not impossible. You can see it just at the corner of the red there. When we move over to it, there it is. So, let's move on up to it. Wait for it to change to ore node and drown. Try that again. Alright, and this is a pure aqua node. That's going to be awesome for us because we know that we can pretty much drain that all the way full, because that is 93 items of water. So that's a really important one for us to flag here. So let's go water node. Well, let's call it aqua node. And again, I am going to go ahead and turn it off. I don't want my landscape cluttered with tons of waypoints. It can get a little distracting even just with a couple there. Alright, so let's see what else we can find before the sun goes down here. And remember, we did say we could look through it and see if we could identify it through solid objects. Let's swipe the sugarcane there for our sugarcane farm. Looks like we're coming up on the 7-minute mark, so I'm going to pause here and wait till we find another one. Alright, so we're back at the temple, and sure enough, there is a node somewhere hidden in there. And sure enough, it's smack bang in the middle of it. So, sun is going down. We've got looks like about 2 minutes left here on the clock. I'll try and find my way back into the temple here. I went to great pains to avoid tripping any of the traps just by digging straight in. There's our node. Orange wood. Hey, smooth sandstone. As you can see, that was actually quite a big hit. And that's a great hit for Perdisha 4 there. Orange wool, of course. At this point, still no luck. Alright, let's see if we can get to our ore node here. Alright, again, useful one there. Looks like 14 air, aqua, and 23 aqua and 23 ignis. So good little find there. So smooth sandstone. I'm going to go ahead, chiseled sandstone. What do we got here? Notice I can't understand that, so I'm going to steal this for later. I'm going to light this place up and basically harvest the heck out of it because it's going to be very useful to me. So I'm going to go ahead and call it at this point, and we will start off our research in earnest when we get back to base. Meantime, thanks for watching, and hope to see you on the next one.